What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. I had just passed by a video that said how truck driving changed my life and stuff like that. So I like, man, I might get on some of my videos to complain about truck driving and stuff like that. But it did change my life, and I guess I'll go ahead and tell you how I feel like it changed my life and stuff like that. But if you're watching the channel, if you're not subscribed, if you don't mind subscribing, go ahead and do that. If you don't, thanks for watching anyway. It is what it is. But I'm finna be lazy, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna sit back and just chop it up, I guess. But how truck driving changed my life. Man, well, I'm gonna start from the beginning, cause when I was growing up, my family didn't have. I grew up with my grandma's, but my mama and daddy, they didn't have their own house that they owned and stuff like that. They didn't make a lot of money. I think my dad did make a lot of money at one point, not a lot, but he was starting on the process to make some good money because he was working at Budweiser. If you're from Houston, you know the Budweiser I'm talking about. Everybody done passed by it on I-10. He used to work there before he ended up beating up the supervisor's son or something like that. What my grandma told me, something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna ask him when I talk to him, but I think it was something like that. You know what I'm saying? Police got called and all the other stuff. Real story, like that's, you know what I'm saying? My daddy does, he did stupid stuff. But he not a dumb person, he just impulsive. He's like, he don't got no control. You know what I'm saying? I got control. I think that was his only problem. I think he'd have been successful in life if he'd have just had more control about himself. But anyway, so you can tell that's how a person's life went based off how your parents is, you know what I'm saying? Especially the man. If a man not a certain way, everything else below it gonna crumble, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but never had no family vacations. Summertime, sat in the house all the time, barely did anything. I hope my mama didn't watch this video because she's gonna probably be sad and all that stuff. Like, man, I'm just telling my story. Whatever. Don't watch the video. Yeah, so if you're gonna get sad and all that stuff, don't watch the video. Because this is my take on my childhood, which is the truth. But yeah, we never had we went places, whatever, lit carnivals. I never got to go to rodeo with them. Cause like the time they went to the rodeo, I was in my grandma's. Like I didn't get to go to the rodeo. Yeah, so didn't go on family vacations. Most only got like a pair of shoes during, like, this is like the older time when it matters. Because when you're a baby, that don't count. You know what I'm saying? It matters when your mind developing and stuff like that. That's when things you need you don't want to compete with the other kids, but you want to have the same things the other kids have. And I'm not going to say my mama didn't try and stuff like that, but, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't grow up with all them things. Yeah, I had a sad childhood, blah, blah, blah. So how it changed my life. I got all those things, and I can provide all those things for my kids, whatever. Which I always thought before I even had kids, like, man, if I give my kids all these other things that these other kids that I didn't have they're gonna end up becoming like these kids, assholes, whatever, you know what I'm saying? My kids not really assholes. I think they starting to turn into it because, like, I be listen to their list stories and stuff like that. So I think they all turn into, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't like just all the way bad. So they still kind of okay, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, now my son's starting to want Jordans and stuff like that and all that. So I feel like he's starting to transition. And then the girls, they, you know what I'm saying? Everybody started transitioning to their bravado or whatever. They starting to, you know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to do it, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to be that way, but it's starting to creep in. You know what I'm saying? Kids are cruel. That's what my grandma always used to say. Kids are cruel. So, you know what I'm saying? Whether they mean to or not, it's just, if they ain't just a timid, extra nice child, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to turn into, especially if they not rich, because I'm not rich, whatever, but they're able to get everything they be able to get any kind of thing they ask for. You know what I'm saying? Which makes it hard for Christmas because they get everything. So I really don't have to buy them much for Christmas time because they pretty much get everything they ask for. But anyway, so I'm able to provide for my kids. I'm able to drive pretty much any kind of, well, not any kind of car, but I'm able to drive a nice car, whatever. My kids don't have to walk to school. You know what I'm saying? They're able to, you don't have to worry about pulling up in front of the school with a car with a mirror hanging and stuff like that and just looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got people out there that they have to drive a car and they'll drive a car that look like any kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm being older, like, yeah, I would do the same thing. But you know what I'm saying? Still be, like I said, kids are cruel. So if you pull up to the school with a car with your bumper hanging and this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? And all the kids see your kid, eventually that's going to get talked about or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They're able to get half. Because, like, for school, I was only able to get, we wore uniforms, but, you know what I'm saying, you only can get a certain amount of clothes. Like, you know, before school start, you get your whole new set of uniforms and your pair of shoes until income tax time. So, you know what I'm saying, and depending on the color, that's the bad time. Because if you get white, man, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you got a washing machine, but some stains set in. And it'd be hard to go buy other clothes, so you got to try your best to keep clean. That's why I love wintertime. You can put a jacket on, you know what I'm saying? And you try to wear that jacket all day, you know what I'm saying? It all depends, man. It all depends. But, so I'm able to buy my kids clothes, whatever. Because I think my son, he wears uniforms, but the girls, they wear regular clothes. Well, my daughter, she wear regular clothes, so, you know what I'm saying? And she could share clothes with her cousin because they're the same age. So if they needed to, because they get confused. And you know how girls is. Girls fight. They think something is theirs and they forget that it ain't theirs. And so they just keep swapping clothes. Sometimes they might trade. Then the next week they don't want to trade. And like, oh, this is mine. And it's, you know how it is for girls. So able to buy my kids clothes, shoes. I really don't buy, like I said, my son started wanting Jordans, but I stopped buying my kids Jordans probably like a little bit before COVID, I guess. I stopped buying them Jordans because I'm like, man, it don't even matter. They don't even care about, they didn't care about Jordans, which was perfect. I like, cool, I don't have to buy them no Jordans because like they gonna keep growing out of them. Yeah, it can, and then I can give them to the previous kid or the next kid that might come, you know what I'm saying, that comes to age and their feet grow to that size, cool. But when they start getting older, when they start getting older, they grow out of them fast because you really don't really go nowhere. You don't have time to go anywhere. So by the time it's time to wear them, they not grow them or something like that. You got to buy something else new. So, and then Jordans keep going up and stuff like that. So I stopped buying Jordans, and when I stopped buying Jordans, lo and behold, now somebody care about Jordans now. So I'm able to do that. I'm able to drive, like I said, a vehicle that I want to drive in. You know what I'm saying? If I so choose, but you got to be smart about it. I'm able to travel. I was able to go on a cruise and stuff like that. When I first met my wife, we was able to go on a cruise to Cozumel, Mexico and stuff like that. So I was able to leave out of the United States, kinda. Not really, but kinda still. Able to go over the water. Able to get be in the middle of the ocean and watch all of the darkness, how everything be dark around you. So I was able to do that. There's a truck behind me. Like I said, I'm here on my appointment time. They're supposed to come out and come get me, so I don't know. You can just park right here, see if he's gonna be a super trucker or not. Oh no, he gotta pull on next to me. He can't just stay right there. He gotta pull on the side of me. Truck drivers be weird, man. Oh, okay. Oh, he didn't do that bad. Okay, cool. Okay. My bad. So I'm able to travel. Like I said, after 10 years, stuff get kind of boring, but with me getting my tank and my hazmat, it provides other skills and stuff like that. You're able to meet new people and stuff like that. But I really don't do that. But I'm able to, since I'm able to learn this skill, it can go into other stuff if you know how to do your resume the right way, you can lead you to other opportunities and stuff like that. So I don't really know if that's how it changed my life. Cause like, you know, people be saying that, like, but how really did it change your life? Because I done made no wrong decisions, you know. I try to be as smart with my money as possible. I try to make sure I always live below my means. Even when I started making the most money I ever made in the oil field, when I was making like $2,500 a week, you know what I'm saying? When I was making $2,500 a week, I still wouldn't. I was living the same kind of life. I was just saving the money in hopes of trying to get my own truck and stuff like that. So, but yeah, but people be saying, I don't know. I guess I gotta watch these guys' videos because I'm like, man, they be like how trucking changed my life, and I don't really be. And now I don't want to copy their videos, but I'm like, how did it really change your life? You know what I'm saying? But it's better than it could have been because, like I said before, becoming a truck driver, I was working the chemical plants. The reason why I quit the chemical plants is because one of the guys ended up becoming the supervisor, and he was over the schedule, and he wrote the schedule in a way that benefited him. He was able to go home with his family and his sons and stuff like that. He was an older guy, like probably like 30, 35, whatever. He was probably close to 40. I don't know. I can't remember how old he was. But he was able to write the schedule into his own benefit. And since I'm the youngest, whatever, you want to put me on night shift and stuff like that. And I had a newborn. I had my newborn son at the time, whatever, and it was hard to sleep on night shift and stuff like that. And you know, jobs don't care about that. So, and I'm the advocate of, you don't like something, quit the job, and I did. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not a person that stays at a job and don't do the job correctly. I go ahead, move on to the next thing. And I was already looking into getting a CDL anyway. It was just, I was kind of nervous about it, but I was like, man, I got to do something else different rather than getting fired, you know what I'm saying? Just in case I want to be able to come back to that job, which there was some type of people that, he a QC truck, which there was one of those type of people, if you quit, they treat you different. So I wasn't able to go back. And I put a 2-week notice in.
Hey, what's going on, man?
You got to go check in.
You're checking straight up there?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't try to excuse him too fast, but I'm like, man, I'm making my video, so I don't want to have to edit and stuff like that. But yeah, so I ended up trying to go back to that job, and they wouldn't having it. They was over that line and saying, yeah, man, I'm looking for your application right now. I'm like, you know, and then not the dude that was making the schedule, he wasn't black, but the head guy was black, and he one of them Sambo type dudes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was so high up. He was one of them Sambo type dudes. He was cool, but you know what I'm saying? But he had his little ways and stuff like that. But it is what it is. It just kept pushing me to keep doing this because I was ready to come home and be local. So I was trying to find my way. You know what I'm saying? I had my own ulterior motive, so it's he kind of made the right decision by not hiring me. But I would have worked, you know what I'm saying? I'm a good worker. It just, I always have my own motives. I don't get nowhere and just like, oh, this is why I'm going to sit here for the rest of my life. No, I'm still young, so I'm always going to strive for what's best for me and mine. So, I didn't talk a lot. So, I guess that's how truck driving changed my life. I don't know. I was just doing a lot of talking, so I don't know if I'm going to name it how truck driving changed my life. But if you made it this far, which I doubt you have, like, comment, subscribe.